Yeah, Jay never respected Cam at all. Yeah, remember he knew him when he was young. That's why he was so offended because he was a little nigga to him. To Jay, Cam was a little nigga, and Cam even said he little nigga little nigga him every time he saw him. Pause. You see, he called him an earner. I was like, this thing's fucking funny, man. You know, because I was like, I was trying to squash the beef, and he's like, all right, just tell him. I was saying he makes money for us. Like, how could you fucking be mad? You just got to. She's like, okay. So he goes on the radio. Oh, he's a good earner. And Cam was hot. I was kind of laughing because he was a good earner. Yeah, you're a good earner, Cameo. You were a good earner.
Jay-Z might have signed Cameron, but according to Dame Dash, he never really respected him. Not as a man, not as a businessman, and definitely not as a boss. See, a lot of people forget this. When Cam came to Roc-A-Fella Records, that wasn't Jay-Z's move. That was Dame Dash's play. Dame saw a Harlem hustler with star power and real street equity. But Jay-Z, he saw a little bro who used to run around the neighborhood. Someone he could never look at as an equal. And again, this is all from Dame Dash's point of view. He said Jay-Z only looked at Cam as a good earner. Somebody who made money for the team, not somebody who could run the team. Jay-Z respected Cam's numbers, but not his name. And that's where the tension started. Quiet, but real. Because when one man's trying to build an empire and the other man feels like he is the empire, it's only a matter of time before pride and paper collide. But here's where it gets deep. Dame Dash says that Jay-Z took it personal because he remembered Cam from when he was young. And once you see somebody as the little homie, it's hard to unsee that. That's why he refused to give Cam the same level of respect he gave Biggs or even Beans. Jay-Z could acknowledge Cameron's hustle, but not his leadership. Now, I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need y'all to like, leave y'all thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I had no idea about the situation that happened at Hit Factory with you, Cam, Jay, and Biggs until Aunt told me, and now you confirming it. But it didn't start no tension. That's a good thing. Because Cam, he signed to Roc-A-Fella, so, Jay, he had to be a fan. He signed off on it.
Yeah, Jay never respected Cam at all. Yeah, remember he knew him when he was young. That's why he was so offended because he was a little nigga to him. To Jay, Cam was a little nigga, and Cam even said he little nigga him every time he saw him. Pause. You see, he called him an earner. I was like, this thing's fucking funny, man. You know, because I was trying to squash the beef, and he's like, all right, just tell him. I was saying he makes money for us. Like, how could you be mad? You just got to. She's like, okay. So he goes on the radio. Oh, he's a good earner. And Cam was hot. I was kind of laughing because he was a good earner. Yeah, you're a good earner, Cameo. You were a good earner, but you fucked up on purpose, and then you gonna fuck with my kids. So can't be mad. I don't think you tried. You missed. You're Stugats. That's what I ain't gonna get into it, but yeah, he's a Stugats. When someone does that, when someone like me, and I ain't gonna say who because I don't want to get into it, but when it be people that would violate like our honor code, we would call them a Stugats. So we'd be he's a Stugats. So that we know what a Stugats means amongst us. A Stugats is someone that breaks the honor code, and Cam to me now is a Stugats. Like he turned out to be a Stugats. One of those. But like truthfully, Cam could never fuck with Jay as a rapper. That's how it looked. Oh my God. It's the coffee. My girl makes this coffee that is crazy. Wow. Tell her I love her so much. Here, Nicolette.
What she used to sweeten it?
Love.
Because I know she's not using real sugar.
A whole lot of love. Now I can see. Another thing is, I also want to make sure my blood sugar, that I'm healthy because I want to be healthy for this ride. And I had to make sure that my A1 was at least a 7.2, and it's better than that. So I'm also happy about that as well. But I can have sugar. It's the carbs. I have to know how much sugar, and then from that, I have to figure out how many units of insulin that I have to give myself. So another reason why I did the eye patch and all that, because everybody has surgery. Everyone who didn't do their teeth? I'm just the only one that'll just do it with a camera in front of them. I just don't care. I can't. I don't know why I don't care. But I think people should learn from. So, yo, if you're a diabetic and your eye is fucked up, I got it. Mine's fixed. It can be fixed, and I'm gonna teach you. See, what 50 did teach me, and I'm telling you, because when he was talking and I started, looking under the hood, and I'm like, oh, this thing filed chapter 11. And I was like, but he was putting money on the thing. So I was like, he's the one that was made me really look at bankruptcy, was 50 Cent. And I wish he would have taught the world about it, because when I'm going to the lady that, the people that did my shit, they were like, no black people file because they're scared of what people think. That's so stupid. So if he would have told us, I bet you bankruptcy is the new shit is going to do. Losing $25 million worth of debt is like having a connect in Mexican cartel that you owe 3,000 bricks to, and they looking for you, and all of a sudden he dies and you don't owe him no more money. That's what that is. You understand what I'm saying? But black, go to chat, go to ChatGPT and see how many black people file and how many white. And I bet everyone that files was a billion. Not everyone, but a lot will be billionaires that are still billionaires.
Jay-Z bringing Cameron out at the B-Sides concert always stuck with me. Because if you really listen to how Dame Dash talks about that era, you start wondering, was that moment genuine love, or was it just good business? See, that's the part I never understood. Jay-Z is one of the smartest businessmen in hip-hop history. Every move he makes is calculated, precise, and strategic. But when it came to Cameron, the energy always felt off. Cam was talented. He was building heat in the streets, and his name was always buzzing. Yet from the story Dame tells, and even from how Cam tells it, Jay-Z never really wanted him around in the first place. And that's crazy to me. It's almost like Jay-Z respected Cam's hustle, but didn't respect Cam. Dame said it himself, Jay saw Cam as an earner, not a partner. And that's business talk for, you make money for us, but you'll never sit at the big table. And that's what I think made the whole Roc-A-Fella situation so complicated. You had too many bosses in one room. Dame was loyal to the streets, Cam was loyal to Harlem, and Jay-Z was loyal to the brand. That's three different versions of success that were never going to coexist for long. But let's keep it 100. That B-Sides performance might have been Jay-Z's way of rewriting history. Because when you go from not wanting Cam in the building to putting him on stage years later in front of the whole world, it tells me one thing. Jay-Z knows how to control narratives. He knows how to turn tension into nostalgia and pain into profit. That's business genius. Whether Dame's wrong or right, Jay-Z's moves always make sense on paper. And I'll give him that. Maybe it wasn't personal. Maybe it was just business. Maybe Jay-Z didn't see Cam as somebody who could move with him on a corporate level, so he kept his distance. But the flip side of that is, Roc-A-Fella Records was built on loyalty and brotherhood. So when money and pride start outweighing respect, the whole structure collapses. That's why I think Dame Dash still holds on to. He feels like the friendship got lost in the business. But from Jay-Z's perspective, the business was always the friendship. If we ain't making money together, then we don't have anything to talk about. That's how moguls think. It might not be emotional, but it is efficient. Still, I'll never fully get why Jay-Z treated Cam the way he did. Because Cam was one of the few rappers from that era who actually had the charisma, the bars, and the business sense to stand next to him. But maybe that's exactly why it never worked. When two alphas walk into the same room, somebody's got to take a step back, and neither one of them were built to do that. At the end of the day, I think both sides won. Jay-Z built generational wealth. Cam built generational respect. They might not have ended as friends, but they both left their mark in different ways. And if you really pay attention, that's the beauty of the Roc-A-Fella story. It showed us that hip-hop could be both art and enterprise. So whether you believe Jay-Z brought Cam out for peace or for profit, one thing's for sure. The legacy of that movement still fuels the culture today. So let me ask y'all this. Do you think Jay-Z bringing Cameron on stage at that B-Sides concert was genuine love, or was it just a calculated business move? And if you were in Jay-Z's position, would you have signed Cameron knowing the tension it might cause inside Roc-A-Fella Records? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.